A friend asked me to give her a listening ear, so I did. So I'm gonna omit the details because it's PNC. But one of the things that came up was actually how do I let go of negative emotions, and there are three steps that has proven to work for me. But I'm interested to have your take on it. If let's say this works out, I'd like you guys to try these three steps, and then tell me whether it works or not. And above all, if let's say you like this topic and you want to hear more of it, do let me know. Ask the question, write down in the comment, share, like, subscribe, and right now we shall get straight into the answer. So the first step is this. You ask how to let go of negative emotion. The first things first is to understand that no emotions are negative. Now, the reason why I said that is because when you see emotions are a negative thing, you're assigning a certain meaning to the emotions, right? So you say it's like emotions, negative, bad. Truth of the matter is, it's not bad. The emotions are there, no matter what emotions. It is there to protect you. It is there to keep you functional. Whether it's shame, hopelessness, grief, regret, guilt, fear, and anger. All of these things are there as a survival mechanism. The only thing which is not quite right about it, or rather, it's perfect the way it is. The only thing which is up is a quirk of it, right? Is that all these emotions are there to serve to help you remain functional in survival mode. But however, having said that, if you are no longer past the survival mode, these emotions hold you back. The very same emotions that keep you alive are not the kind of emotions that will get you far. So all these things, think about it: fear, anger, aggression, all these things. Why do they happen? Because in prehistoric times, whenever we are faced with a threat, if we don't have these emotions running the algorithm, running the decisions for us, we would need to think, and thinking takes time. And in times of danger, we don't have time to think. But in a modern society, we are no longer in that level of danger. So therefore, emotions are going to come, especially when you're in confronting someone and and it becomes a heated argument. But it doesn't mean that you need to let it spiral you out of control. So the first things first is to understand that it is there as a survival mechanism. It is there to help you. It is not negative. Realize that it is not negative. Think of all emotion as a useful tool for your survival. However, if you want to, let's say, go from the lower vibration, lower frequency emotions to a higher frequency emotions, let's say you want to experience courage, or you want to experience joy, you want to experience love, you want to experience happiness, peace, acceptance, all of these things, right? All of these things, in order for you to experience them, you got to let go of the lower energy vibration. Now, here's the problem. Everyone talks about letting go, but exactly how do you let go? That is a big question. How do you actually let go? So now, here's the thing about letting go, right? Most people's version of letting go looks like this. That's what most people's version of letting go looks like. This is letting go, but it's more like pushing it away. All right? If you understand what I mean. An emotion comes, and people either this is not letting go. This is suppression. When you're holding the emotions down, that's suppression. When the emotions come and you want to tai chi it away. If you want to tai chi it away, that's not letting it go either. That is escapism. So normally people deal with escapism. People do escapism via drinking alcohol, eating good food, having great sex, watching porn, masturbation, taking drugs, right? These are all a form of escapism. In fact, hard work is escapism. Working very hard to numb the feeling is escapism. And projection. Emotions come. I don't feel good. I need to do something about it. I'm taking it out on other people. That is projection. So, as an example, if you are experiencing the feeling of being judged, most likely you are judging other people as well. Otherwise, how would you know that this is exactly what other people are thinking? How would you know? You're just assuming, right? That is what you call as projection. Within all three of it, there's one commonality. You're doing something about the emotion. That is it. Whether you are suppressing and repressing, whether you are escaping from it, whether you are projecting it, you're taking it out somewhere, or you're trying to numb it down, whatever the strategy it is that you use to cope with the emotion, it is a survival mechanism. It means that you are doing something with the emotion. It means, remember what is number one? Emotions are not your enemy. If you don't see emotions as an enemy, why the hell do you need to do something about it? If you see emotions as a friend, why the hell would you need to do anything about it? So just be with it. Just be okay with it, right? And that I would like to refine the phrase of letting go to letting through. Letting through. Let the emotions pass by you. Allow yourself to be immersed and submerged with the emotions. Let yourself feel. I know, it's not pleasant, right? Especially if you're feeling rage, you are angry and you hold it down, or you all right? That's projecting, by the way. Instead of letting it out or holding it down, I want you to let it through. Allow yourself to just feel the anger. Just sit still. Don't do anything. No action taken. Sit still. Just allow yourself to feel it. You feeling sadness? Okay, great. Sit down, sit still, hold still. Allow yourself to feel it. Fear, good. Sit down, sit still. Allow yourself to feel it. So this is all of these example. These are all of the different kinds of emotions that I personally felt before. And what I do, I just sit down, sit still, let it pass, let it through. In fact, even cravings work the same way. You have a craving for a donut, you have a craving for a cake. That's a compulsion too. That's an emotion as well. All you got to do is just sit down, rather than trying to hold the temptation at bay. Sit, feel the temptation, let it through. Because this is extremely important, because the more you try to do something about your emotion, suppression, escapism, repression, projection, whatever it is that you're trying to do, the more you try to do anything about your emotion, the more you see it as an enemy. The more you see it as an enemy, the more powerful it becomes. Hope you guys can understand what I'm talking about, because this is not some kindergarten level. This is some pretty advanced level stuff. So that is the second step. The first step is do not see emotions as an enemy. So rather than how do I let go of a negative emotion, you can say how do I let go of unwanted emotion. Number two, let it through rather than letting it go. Let it through. Change your mindset about it. Letting it through. So here's an exercise I recently developed, and this is step number 3. Here's an exercise I recently developed to allow the emotions to go through. And if you guys are not driving, or if you guys are in a safe position to do this, you guys can follow along. Otherwise, you can just now and save it for later. But basically, what I do is close my eyes, right? And you picture yourself on a beach somewhere. It was dusk. Sorry, it was dawn, very dark. And then slowly the sky opened up, and the sun started to come up a little bit. It's sunrise. And as you're standing on the beach, I want you to imagine all of the emotions that you're feeling as a body of water in front of you, which is the ocean. Just imagine all of your emotions as the ocean. And I want you to try to take a note, take a feel. What are the strength of the waves? How strong are the waves? Is it gently lapping against the beach, or is it roaring? Right? If you're feeling rage, if you're feeling strong emotions, right? If you're feeling strong emotions, most likely the waves are going to be hard. The waves are going to be crashing down the shore in high waves, followed by low tide, and then followed by high, and then low, high, and then low. But if your emotions are calm, peaceful, you notice that the waves are gentle. And what you do is, I want you to allow yourself to slowly approach the beach. to slowly approach, walk towards the water, walk towards the water. And now the more courage you have, the further you go. But if you're not feeling a lot of courage, it's okay too. You can just approach it gently, right? Just a little bit and a little bit. But if you're feeling brave, if you feel like you want to confront your fears, if you want to really allow yourself to really let things through, right? Don't force yourself, okay? Don't force yourself, but you can just approach that tide very slowly. And once you arrive at the precipice of the wave where it is just about touching your feet, right? Based on your courage, you can choose to put 1 foot in the water. Now remember, the water is the representation of all your emotion. How does it feel? How does it feel? And if you're feeling a bit more brave, take another step forward and allow yourself to feel the water, to feel the emotions, the waves of your emotions. Allow it to come, because it's not going to touch you all the time, right? It's going to come like a wave, and it's going to recede. The wave is going to recede, and it's going to come back up, and it's going to recede. And if you're feeling brave enough, take another step forward. Take another step forward, and notice that every time the wave comes, even though you feel the waves, it passes right by your feet and recedes back directly from where it came from. It doesn't want to harm you. It doesn't really want to harm you. It just is. It is what it is. So slowly, bit by bit, you go on, and you realize that actually the waves doesn't do any harm to you. You just feel. And all this while, the only reason why you're afraid of it is because you assume that it's going to do something negative to you, that something bad is going to happen, but it's just cold water. That's all it is. It's just cold water. It shocks you for a while. It shocks you for a bit, but eventually it recedes. It never passes. And when the waves go back, you remain. You are still here. So, and if you are really daring, go ahead and submerge yourself into the ocean completely and realize that you can actually breathe underwater. That is the mindscape of your mind, okay? Because this is not a reality, it's a fictional situation. You are constructing this world in your mind. So you understand that you can actually go in and allow it to pass you through. So this is the exercise which I normally do with my clients as well as myself. I have never really taught it online like this before, but you guys can go ahead. So 3 steps. First step is it is not negative. No emotions are negative. Number two is you don't let go of emotions, you let it through. And number three is you can actually try the visualization that we talked about just now. Visualize you on the beach, walking down slowly until you fully submerge in the water. So these are the 3 steps to let go, to so-called let go of negative emotions. All right, hope it helps. It is time for me to go because I have an appointment. But in the meantime, a quick report on what I have been up to for the whole day. I have done quite a number of things, even though a bit of it got nothing to do with the intention that I set for today. I am going to go and finish it tonight. And tomorrow I shall see you guys again. Hopefully I would have the graphics ready by then. But I think I found my classification. Sorry. Upgrade Restream. Tomorrow I'll upgrade Restream, which is this software, and you guys will have a better experience going through the live journaling process. And I am still working on a certain message bit of my business, but basically aside from that, my intentions are all done. I am looking forward to see you guys tomorrow morning, 6:45 a.m. Don't miss. All right, that's all for now. I shall see you guys. Have a great weekend. Ciao.